Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? I know it's been a while, but I'm back. So y'all remember how I was just speaking to you about having quote unquote powerful enemies? Because I serve a mighty God. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, though. So please tell me why I went to an established establishment that's supposed to investigate discrimination, uphold justice, uphold the law, get people their justice that's due them, get people the justice that due them, you know what I mean, that's due to them, you know what I'm saying? And I get to this place and I explain, my case to them, and they deny me. They deny me my justice. They try to deny me my justice. Can you please explain? You want to know why they deny me my justice? Because they working with these folks, bro. So y'all remember how I was speaking to y'all a while ago about like Dollar General, about how I got hired, about like I literally was hired. I get to Dollar General, speak to the manager because I hadn't heard anything for like 3 or 4 days. Now all I'm waiting for is a manager to reach out to me to tell me when I work. So I get there and she tells me that I'm not hired because I didn't do an interview, which I don't need to do, by the way, because I'm already hired. I literally got the email that said, hey, you're hired. And so I get transferred to a whole other store after she telling me that I'm denied. She talking about I'm denied my job, right? Now, you tell me, if you received an email stating that you're hired at a job and all you're waiting on is for a manager to reach out to you, and you go down in person to speak with the manager because you haven't heard anything for a few days or whatever, and you get to this establishment and the manager tells you that you're not hired because you have to do an interview because you didn't do an interview, even after receiving an email stating and telling you that you are hired, you're just waiting for a manager to call. How would you feel? How would you act? Does that not sound like discrimination to you? And then another thing, a manager from a whole other store reaches out to you after you've been denied your rightful, ability to work at this job because you've been hired, and tells you that, hey, would you like to come to my store instead because blah, right? By the way, not offering you a position, but saying like, hey, would you like to come to my store because you're already hired. How would you feel about that? Does that not sound like discrimination? I'm pretty sure that sounds like discrimination. Because here's what you don't understand, right? I'm already hired for a job, right? You trying to tell me that I'm not hired because I didn't do an interview after I'm already hired is you trying to play me, because now this quote unquote interview that I don't need can be used as a form of trying to say, hey, we no longer want you. You're no longer hired because we didn't like your interview after I'm already hired. So that was a form of trying to like troll, trying to play me out of my position, and absolutely not. So after being told that I was denied because I didn't interview, even though I was already hired, I got transferred to a whole other store, whole other location. By the way, without an interview. I worked there. I didn't show y'all this, but I worked there. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I was not lying to you. Smooth process, just like how it was supposed to be anyway. But they were harassing the kid, you feel me? I wasn't lying to you. By the way, no interview, no nothing. Because, just hired. Because, I'm hired, literally. Now, please explain to me, how can somebody who's quote-unquote not hired be transferred to a whole other store without being hired? Because the only way you can transfer somebody is if they're in your system. Please explain that to me, okay? Because, by the way, I wasn't offered a job. She didn't say, hey, I'm going to offer you this. No, she just hired me. I was already in the system. No, I was literally transferred. Literally. So there was, like, it ain't like she was like, hey, like, it ain't like I got an email saying, hey, I want to offer you this. This is for you. Hey, we want to interview you. Come in, blah. No, it was just, do you want to come work at my store? Because I was transferred. Now tell me, how can you transfer somebody that's not in your system? Because the only way you can transfer somebody is if they're in your system, which indicates that I'm hired. I don't need an interview if I'm already hired because I'm already in your system. That's how you transferred me to the other store, because when I got to the other store, I didn't have to interview or nothing. I was already hired. Sorry. So I get to this place which I've never been, because all this stuff is new to me. I've never like done any of this stuff. I've never been in this type of fight. I've never been like, all this stuff is new. New experiences, new, like, what I'm saying, new lessons, new everything. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm a little unlearned in this area because I've never had to do any of this stuff before. So this is all new to me. So what I mean, obviously I can mess up, make mistakes, and that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping for the naivety. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. Naivety. They're hoping for that. They're hoping for me to be dumb and not know certain things. And obviously I'm not gonna know everything because like I said, I'm new. This is a new experience. Like I've never been in the legal field. I've never had to pursue things like that. I've never had to do this type of thing before because I live my life in a righteous way, in a righteous manner, where I don't have to deal with evil and wicked people until now. So I get to this place expecting to get justice, expecting for these people to be upright standing citizens and people that are valuing their job and are people of character and reputation and stand for goodness and righteousness and all this good stuff. I get there and that's not the case. They standing for evil and wickedness, and they probably accepting bribes and all kind of wickedness and all kind of, what I mean? So anyway, I'm speaking to this lady about my case, and she gonna tell me that this is not something that the EEOC will investigate.
So basically what you're telling me, there's no discriminatory action there. It didn't go down the way you thought it should go down. Maybe you were offended by it and you're taking it as a form of them singling you out or harassing you or discriminating against you, but it doesn't fit within EEO law. That's not a discriminatory action based on how you're explaining it.
Basically what I'm saying is I was hired. Literally hired.
Yes.
Literally emailed saying, hey,
you received something
you're hired.
That said you were hired. Yes.
I get to the building, I get to the establishment, I'm told that I am not hired. I am denied because of an interview that I don't need, and then I am then transferred to another store. But I was told that I wasn't hired. How can you transfer me if I'm not hired? That means I'm in your system. If you transfer me.
You're telling me that you received an email or something that said you had been hired. You got to the location, they said that they needed to interview you.
No, she said that I wasn't.
The employer can do that. They can request that you interview even
Ma'am,
if you receive
I'm already hired. If that was the case, why was I then transferred and then hired without an interview? It was discrimination. No, it was discrimination.
No, they still want a right to work state. They don't
No,
have
ma'am,
to
that was
hire you
discrimination.
for any reason.
That was discrimination.
Okay, so let me explain something to you, and I'm going to be very honest about this, and I don't mean to be disrespectful or rude.
Now y'all hear how arrogant she sounds? She sounds like she really just think that she really just did something and like what I'm talking about is just pure nonsense.
But you sound very adamant about this, and you have a right to do a charge. We can write you a charge, but this will not be something that EEOC investigates. However, if we close it, you're going to receive a letter, which is a notice of rights to sue. And you can use that letter to try to sue the company on your own with your own attorney within 90 days of receiving it. Are you still interested in filing the charge?
I am very interested.
Okay.
So you telling me you're not going to investigate the thing that you're paid to do? You're paid to investigate discrimination, and you're not going to investigate it? Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. You get paid to investigate discrimination, and you're not going to investigate it? So now, they put it all on me. Like, hey, you got the right to sue. You got the right to, handle your business, but you're going to have to do it by yourself. You're going to have to go and get the attorney. You're going to have to handle the court fees and all that craziness, all that stuff that I obviously got to go and research. They like, nah, we're not going to help you. Because, we want you to be alone. We want you to feel like you're alone, like you're rejected, like you're not accepted in this world, like you have no help. But what you don't understand is I serve a mighty God. My God is my friend. My God is my help. My God is everything that I need. The God of the universe is my best friend. Why do you think I need your friendship? Why do you think I need your acceptance? My God, the God of the universe, accepts me. He favors me. You think I care about your friendship and about what you can or can't do for me? I could care less. My God is all I need. You know, this is a form of, you know, them trying to like discourage me and run me off and, you know, trying to, you know, stop me from like pursuing this avenue, from, you know, trying to get what's due me. They're trying to stop me. They trying to hold the gate on me. They trying to keep lawyers away from me. They trying to, you know what I mean? They trying to do everything they can to stop me and to hold me down and to stifle me, bro. I've never, when I say I've never experienced this before, I've never dealt with this kind of wickedness, this kind of evil. I didn't even know this existed in the world, bro. I didn't even know this type of hate, this type of gatekeeping, this type of energy was out there. I didn't even know until now, until I answered the call of the Lord, until I answered his call and I followed him and I listened to him and he took me where he took me. And then all of a sudden, here we are. And you might say, Dre, you talking too much, but bro, I don't care, bro. I'm at the point I'm fed up, bro. I've been dealing with this for so long, bro. I don't care about these folks. I'm not scared of these folks. They trying to silence me. Like, bro, you not gonna silence me. You not gonna stop me. You not gonna keep me down, bro. Like, I don't care, bro. I'm done. And then, you know, they keep like trying to threaten me. Like, that's what really gets me, bro. Like, bro, you, for one, trying to bully me, bro. How can you threaten somebody who you're trying to bully? You keep messing with me, but yet you're over here trying to threaten me. How does that work? I refuse to be afraid, bro. I refuse. That's the last, like, how can you threaten somebody that's not messing with you, that you keep messing with, and then you turn around and try to threaten them like they're messing with you? Oh, you're afraid of retaliation. So what you want me to do? You just want me to sit here and continue to accept your disrespect? You're delusional, buddy. You're delusional. And another thing, bro, I've been trying to figure this out for a while. How can you bully somebody that knows how to fight?